everybody, welcome to Bones Collector. Lori and I just finished playing Nocturne 3 times. We didn't play it 5 times. We played it 3 times, and that's enough for me to form my opinion of this game. This is a 2024 title. We did crowdfund this. We have crowdfunded Flat Out Games before. We crowdfunded Calico, Cascadia, and Verdant. All fabulous satisfaction on those games. And this one is a brand new one. I wanted to back it because I was very pleased with Flat Out Games in the previous games that we backed on crowdfunding. This is a bidding game where you're going to be bidding on tiles. There's a 4x4 grid up here. We'll talk about that in a second. The first thing I always talk about is the publishing of the game. And Flat Out Games has had a reputation for doing great publishing jobs. I was so pleased with Calico, Cascadia, and Verdant. I just love the way they published the game. Nice bags for the tiles, thick cardboard components, boxes were nice and thick, and they, for whatever reason, and I'm going to tell you right now, they went in the other direction with this publishing job. The box is thinner than their other publications. Then also, I noticed these tiles that you're using are very thin. And I mean, this is a tile laying game. Make the tiles, you know, something that feel good in your hand, but they're thin. I didn't care for that. This sprite board is paper, first of all. It should have been cardboard, and it's got the same thing on both sides. So that in a 2-player game, you see these ones with the highlighted squares with the bold borders. Those are the ones you're going to use in a 2-player game. And it has 3-player and 4-player squares on here that you're going to use in a 3-player and 4-player game. Same thing on the other side. Why wouldn't you have one side for the solo and 2-player and one side for the 3 and 4-player? Instead of having the same thing printed on both sides, disappointed in that. These tokens that you're using, these bidding tokens, I'm telling you, they weigh nothing. They're super light. And then because of the bad wood quality they used, some of them are coming with slits in the sides of them. So that's
the blue one I worry
that's
about
bad.
It's going to crack.
Yeah. So they're going to crack eventually, and whatever. I don't know why you would make that decision in this game. The card stock is nice. It's all linen. I did like that. See, no more. Oh yeah, and there was no bag. I mean, all the other games, Calico, Cascadia, and Verdant all had bags. And
with the name of the game printed on it.
Yeah, just I don't know where they're going with this. I mean, I don't know why you would publish a game so cheaply like this.
I mean,
because
they kept the price the same, but
yeah, it's priced the same as all the other games, but it doesn't hit the quality, the standard of quality that was in the other publications that we backed on crowdfunding. Whether it was Kickstarter or GameFund, I don't know. But the other ones I'm super satisfied with, and I'll, but Cascadia, we did move on. Can't keep all games.
Yes.
So, and we loved Cascadia, but we moved that one on, and we kept Calico and Verdant. And this game is fantastic. You know, the publishing is snafu, but the game design is fantastic by this David Iezzi.
Yeah,
nice job, David.
Amazing.
Game's amazing. What you're doing in this game is grabbing tiles, laying down your bidding tokens, so you want to have a little bit of tactile experience doing that. But the game is fantastic itself, and that's the truth.
Yeah, the gameplay is wonderful.
I wouldn't get caught paying over $19.99 for the game just because of the publishing. And I don't know if game publishers don't understand now that there's great board games out there. You don't have to settle for less, and you would be doing that in this game. You're settling for less. They didn't publish it with high quality items in the box, and that really subtracts from this game. I would, again, $19.99 to $22.99 is probably the price point for this game, and it's a fantastic bidding game.
And it works for 2. Bidding that works with 2. That's rare.
Very rare do bidding games work with 2 players. This one does a fantastic job. So thank you, David Iezzi, the designer of the game. We love your game, but you should have got more involved with Flat Out in how this game was published. The art is good in it. From Best Sobel, you have these big character cards, and it only comes with 4 character cards, I believe.
Yes, and then we got 4 with.
We got 4 for backing it on
because we kickstarted.
Yeah, so we have 8 characters, and there's an A side and a B side to them. A side is if you're just learning the game, you want to use that kind of. The B side has a one-time special effect you can use during the game. If you don't use that special effect during the game, you get 2 points for not using it. And once you use it, you flip your character over. And it's cute names, cute art on it, cute art on the tiles, very nice artwork in the game. But anyways, in this game, and we've just finished, so this is what your player is going to look like when you're done. In a 2-player game, and it changes with 3 and 4 player games. But in a 2-player game, you have a 4x4 grid of these tiles that are going to lay out here, and then it'll look 4x4 grid, and then you're going to take turns bidding on those, and you have bidding tokens the same color as your character card. I was using Flint Whisker Stone. I love that. And so I used these purple tokens, and Lori's character was Gale Frostfoot, and so she was using these teal colored bidding tokens. And then you have it for the second round, some dark colored tokens, and they're called shadow tokens. Okay, shadow tokens that you can acquire depending on what you had left over in your bidding tokens from the first round. The game is played in 2 rounds, the Twilight round and the Moonlight round, and you will have the Moonlight cards will be face down because that's the second round. The Twilight cards, I took all 3 of these. They will be here underneath, and those are gold cards that you're going to get 3 points apiece for if you meet those requirements on there, and you're thinking about that as you're bidding. And this sprite board also comes into play, and it's going to have, I'm just going to set this up to give you an idea, folks. So it'll have 4 tiles on the sprite board, and depending on who puts their tokens on there, and I'll tell you how you do that in a minute, it's going to determine what order you're going to select these tiles from. And you're looking at these, trust me, this is a set collection game, and you're trying to get what you need to score those tiles. For instance, these mushroom tiles, you have to have 2 of them. One of them scores 0 points. If you get 2 of them, it scores 9, and that's it. If you get any more than that, not worth a pill of beans unless you get 2 more.
Yeah.
Then you have another set of mushroom tiles that if you get 1, you get 3 points. If you get 2, you get 0 points. And if you get 3, you get 13 points. And I had 4, so this did me no good. Lori stuck me with this.
No, you would have got a point for that.
Oh, you do get a point. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh. I didn't add that in.
Yeah, because that would be a second set.
That's right. So that was a second set.
So you beat me by another point.
And so yeah, you're busy jockeying these egg tiles. Depends on what place you come in as to how many points your egg tiles are worth.
Right.
If you come in first place, they're worth 4 points each. Second place, 3 points each. Third place, 2, and fourth place, 1. So you're looking at your opponent and counting their egg tiles. So he got 4, and I've got 4.
Maybe I should have put my copies on the eggs. Maybe I'd have done better.
Yeah, you might have done better doing that. So you're worried about that, and then these feather ones, you get points for how many of them you have, which is the only one that does that. And then skull tiles have a point total on them. That's these blue tiles here. They have point totals right on them. There's 4 and a 3. I think 4 is the highest they go. But you're busy calculating what tiles you need in order to make them score, because if you don't get the right number of them, they're not going to score. So you have that grid, and you're going to try to bid with your color tokens, and you have all these color tokens, 1, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s.
I think it's just 5, 6, 7, and then wild.
And then wild cards. So you got quite a few tokens, and the way this works is the highest bidder on the board. So you're taking turns placing your tokens, and if you're the highest bidder, you're going to win that particular tile, put it in your play area, and leave the token that you won the bid with on the table. Now the person or persons that lost the bid can take those tokens back to their play area and reuse them, or they can play one of those tokens on a sprite board. So you would do that. And you're thinking about that too, because you don't want to be shut out on this board. First of all, don't make that mistake. That will be costly for you.
Yeah.
You want to get something off this sprite board, especially in a 2-player game. I think of one. The first game we played is you got all 4 of them. I think I might have.
Well, yeah, because you didn't. Yeah.
You slaughtered me. You want to get involved in this sprite board, and you want to think about what number of token you want to sacrifice to go down here on this board. Because if you see a tile, you absolutely have to have. If you were in this situation where you had 2 of these tiles and you're going to get 0 points, you need 1 more to get 13.
And there's none on the board.
And there's none on the board. And it's the last round. You desperately want this tile off the sprite board to get those 13 points. And you're going to do whatever you have to do. So what you want to do is try to get your highest value token in a losing bid. You want to make sure, I need to lose this bid. What if I don't lose this bid?
You got to lose it with a high number.
Lose it with a high number, and you're like, looking at your opponent and their tableau, and you looking at the grid and saying, well, if I bid this 6 here, will they go for a 7? They don't need that tile, and they don't need that other tile. I'm taking a heck of a chance, you know, and I need that 6. I need a bigger number down here to get that last mushroom tile and get those 13 points rather than getting nothing. There's a lot to this game. I will say this. I think this game is crunchier than Calico, Cascadia, or Verdant.
Yeah, it's very
Would you agree
crunchy.
with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on in this game. It's a nice game design.
And you didn't talk about the flowers, too, because those are...
Yeah.
That's another one that's weird.
Yeah, the flower tiles. This is another one Lori wants me to talk about. So I didn't mention these, but you score for how many of unique tiles you have in this group. And you have to have at least 3, which
or
I had.
Score nothing.
Yeah, or you score nothing, and I had 2, so I scored nothing. It made me mad.
There is a wild one in the group.
Yeah,
that helps a little bit.
But there's this huge deck of concoction cards. One of the tiles that's in this game are called rune tiles, ancient rune stones. And if you get that, not only does it have a symbol that you may use to satisfy these concoction cards, but it'll also let you draw 3 concoction cards and keep 1. And one game I just went after these.
Yeah, you had almost all of them.
Yeah, and I had I think I might have had 5.
You might have
concoction cards in my tableau, and I completed every one of them. So I got
how much
quite a few
did you
points.
score on concoction cards in that game?
Well, this one here, the one we just finished, I scored 15 points.
You scored 34 points last game on concoction cards.
Oh, on concoction cards? Oh, okay, gotcha.
The game before this
Yeah,
one.
34 points.
Yeah.
So that's one of the routes that you can take. If you want to try to score all those concoction cards or try to see how many of these you can get and score them, that's something you can do. There's quite a few different ways you can play this game and try to win it. And it's beautifully designed. The balance is fantastic. Didn't you think? I mean, it's a fun game. So there's lots of different ways you can play this game. Lots of different tiles that you can acquire. There are concoction cards you can get. You're thinking about these gold cards in the first round, the Twilight round, and then once that round is finished and players have won these and they're gone, and you put those in your play area, then you're going to flip over these Moonlight cards, and those cards are going to come into play for the second round. It's just 2 rounds in this game, and trust me, you're counting tiles, and you're looking for those special tiles that you need. One tile that you can get is a copy tile, so this can copy any one of your tiles in your tableau, but you don't get credit for the symbol if you're trying to use it for a concoction card. And then you also have treasure chest cards where you can draw 3 tiles out of the bag or off the stacks. You're going to have to stack them if you don't have a bag, but we put this Bob Marley bag and we drew them out of the bag, and you draw 3 and you get to keep 1. So you get to pick a tile out of those 3, which comes in handy. It was a nice benefit, but these tiles, every one in your tableau area is -1 at the end of the game. So that's pretty much all the tiles that are in the game. And then we got some extra Twilight and Moonlight cards for backing this on crowdfunding. But hey, the game is fantastic. It's a fantastic game. And a game like this, where there isn't a lot of components, let's face it. There's not a lot of components in this game. It's just what you're looking at. It's a nice puzzle game. It's puzzly. You're going to puzzle and puzzle till your puzzler is sore. And that's a beautiful thing. That's why we like flat-out games. But when you have a game that doesn't have a lot of components and you know you have a winner, you know the game is fantastic, why skimp? Yeah. And they usually do a wonderful job, so I'm hugely disappointed in flat-out games, and I probably will not crowdfund another game from them just because now I can't trust them.
We'll wait and get it retail next time.
They can get it retail. But they have in the past. Again, they had a good track record with me. Wow, I'm disappointed in the publishing. I can rave about the game design.
Yeah, the game's amazing.
Because it's fantastic. If you like Calico, Cascadia, and Verdant, you're going to like this game. It's a no-brainer. And again, it's a little bit deeper than those 3 because the bidding war that's going on out here is so strategic that there's just so many things to think about.
I can't imagine with more than 2 players.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun puzzle to solve because again, you're just you're trying to get the tiles you need to be able to even score them. You're trying to get as many of some of these as you can. You want to have the right number of icons on those tiles to satisfy these concoction cards that you're going to try to get. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to think about in this game. It's fun to play. Super fun game.
And we set it up, played it, and scored it in 45 minutes.
45 minutes. That's, we had the box sitting on the table. Lori said, what time is it? I said 8 o'clock. And so we set it up, played it, and we were done scoring it by 8:46.
Because the scoring takes a little bit.
It's scoring. Yeah, I mean, this is your scorecard.
Yeah.
That's how many things you're scoring in this game. You know, every type of tile, every type of goal card that's on there, you're going to score. And so you're going down this list, and we just tore one off and laminated it. You know, I hope you guys all do that too. So there's a lot to score, and we got all that done in 46 minutes. That's pretty cool. Plus, I think I got up and went to the bathroom.
I think you did, and I mean, and then you'd have, if you only played it once, you'd have to put it back in the box. So it's less than an hour to take it out of the box, set it up on the table, play it, score it, and put it back in the box.
Super fun game, but man, the publishing is just. Ugh.
That doesn't bother some people.
Yeah.
You know.
So. If you're not bothered by that, it did me because I was expecting
we were expecting more. That was our problem.
We were expecting their standard. You know, that's what happens to you when someone has repeatedly done something good. You kind of expect when you back them the next time. You know, you got that track record. Things have been good 3 times through flat out games, and then all of a sudden, kapow! They drop the ball, and that's a shame. But this is the truth about Nocturne. I wanted to tell you about the game. Again, it's outstanding, the game design, and you will have fun playing this game. It's like when we play Castles of Burgundy, we have the original, you know, cheapo Castles of Burgundy. Everybody now's got the deluxeified, huge box of Castles of Burgundy, and we still just have our regular Alea Games cheapness copy of Castles of Burgundy. But when I play that game, I don't think about it because the game is magic. And this game is pretty magic.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
And you wouldn't think about it if you weren't expecting so much. This game wouldn't have bothered you.
Yeah, if I just bought this game, I probably wouldn't be so upset.
Yeah.
But after getting such nice product through Flat Out, it just disappointed me once I got it to the table. I was like, man, hey, this game design, I give it a 8.5 out of 10. Publishing, I give it a 4 out of 10. So it depends on what's important to you as to whether you buy this game or not. It's fun. We had a good time playing it.
Blast.
Am I going to keep it? Yeah. After all the bitching.
And somebody on Board Game Geek or Etsy will make a bag that says Nocturne, and I'll spend extra money.
And somebody will probably make some decent bidding tokens on Etsy. Yeah. Somebody's going to do the job for Flat Out that they should have done. But the game is worth keeping, and I am keeping it because we like those puzzly games that hurt your head.
Yep.
And this one puts a little bit of pain in your gray cells, and we enjoy that. And it does it in a short period of time, which is priceless in my book. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. So yeah, that is Nocturne, ladies and germs, from Flat Out Games, a 2024 title. I didn't mention Beth Sobel does the art in this game, and
I think she did.
And I think she did it in all 3 of the other games. I don't know if she did Cascadia, but is that Beth Sobel? Still on the front.
Cascadia is Beth Sobel.
Yeah, yes. So she did all the 3 of the other games we have in Flat Out.
I believe these tokens
are
identical. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, this is the same stuff. This is out of Cascadia.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know.
It is the same stuff that was in Cascadia.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm making too much of a... Same stuff that was in Cascadia. I just expected more. I wanted this game to pop, and it could have been so much better. That's why I'm going off on it. But hey, I'm keeping it. So
that's right.
Yeah, take my publishing complaints with a grain of salt because I am keeping the game. I like it better. You know, again, we love Calico, we love Verdant, and we love Nocturne because the pressure is on. We just didn't feel like Cascadia presented pressure.
It was fun and crazy.
Yeah. We like the pressure being on, to where you make a mistake and you're going to pay for it. And you feel that in Calico, and you feel that in Verdant, and you feel that in Nocturne. So we're keeping it. But that's it. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I love every one of you. Keep on board gaming. It's the best hobby on the planet. Please take a second. I know that when you get watching videos you forget, but take a second and give us a like on your phone or your television. And thank you for subscribing. And we'll see you the next time on The Bones Collector. Bye-bye.